Hello and welcome. It is 9 o'clock. It's the 22nd day of July, 2021. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming using the new camera, which doesn't really work with this computer for some reason, but it hopefully will give better views of these. That's right. We are going through the Magic the Gathering Adventures in the Forgotten Realms cards. These are all cards that were left behind at Seth's Games and Anime here in Ventura. Thank you, Robert McAllister, for saving these for me. These were all discarded from the pre-release over the weekend, so obviously this is not the best sampling of the cards because these are mostly commons and cards nobody liked or nobody thought was cool enough, but it gives us a general idea of what the set has to offer in the way of new mechanics, art, and the possibilities of using them for props for your role-playing game. So we're doing red right now, and the very first one is you see a pair of goblins. So this would be a random encounter. You could use this to, like, if somebody goes sneaking up ahead, and you can go hand this to them, and then it's up to them to decide whether they want to, tell people that they saw the goblins or not. Or you could just use this as a token for goblins. Then we have Hobgoblin Captain. I don't really like that art, but what I would do is I would use this for a token for a Hobgoblin if I didn't have a Hobgoblin. Boots of Speed, a red artifact. This is perfect. If your player characters find a Boots of Speed, you give them this card. You tell them this is the Boots of Speed. If you lose this card, you lose the item. Blah, blah, blah. If the character dies, you just put the card on the ground. Somebody else they can fight over. It gives you a physical representation token of magic items. This is the number one thing I would probably use these for. Here we have Valor Singer. I don't know, I guess that's a bard subclass or whatever. I would use this for an NPC token. If they ran into an NPC and I wanted to show them, what the NPC looked like, I would show them this. Same with this one, Armory Veteran, NPC, or a monster token, or, just sort of a joke. Look how many weapons this guy has. This camera doesn't really do these justice. But, yeah, so I'd use that as an NPC token. Jaded Sellsword, again, NPC token. Hoarding Ogre, monster token. Here we have Magic Missile, spell token. You just make a deck of these for all the spells your character has, and you remove this when you've actually cast the spell, though there are better spell cards that actually give you the definition of what the spell does that are available, so this probably wouldn't be my first choice for a spell deck. Here we have Brazen Dwarf, NPC, obviously, somebody they meet. Uninspected Windfall, random encounter, fate deck. I don't know if I'd use this one. If I wanted to just show some treasure on the map, maybe I'd put this down as a token to represent treasure on the map if I didn't have anything else to represent treasure. That one's kind of iffy. Swarming Goblins, and it's shiny. Again, monster token for goblins if you don't have goblin figures. And again, Tiger Tribe Hunters. Again, this would be, NPC encounter token if you want to show them what the NPCs or the encounter looks like and you don't have anything else appropriate. This is obviously easier to carry around than figures, so it saves space and gives them a general idea of who they're dealing with. Fadrix Fireball, Fadrideh, Faherdig. I don't know who that is. It must be a new Forgotten Realms NPC or Planeswalker. Some new mechanics for Magic. Maybe this is an individual that is important to the story coming forward. I don't know who he is. He looks like a tiefling casting Fireball. But maybe that's a clue. I don't know who this Fadrix gentleman is, but he could be important in this whole story. See, the main curiosity of these Magic cards, at least for me, is what hints are hidden in these Magic cards regarding the fate of the Forgotten Realms, the fate of Magic the Gathering, and what plans Wizards of the Coast might have for the future of the various IPs hidden in these cards. And as you saw in blue, we did find a reference to individuals that weren't normally associated with the Forgotten Realms. And again, here's an individual's name who I don't recognize. So that could be a hint. Here we have Earth Cult Elemental. Again, that would be perfect to represent a monster, just use this as a monster token. That's probably what I would use it for. Goblin Morningstar, perfect. Just, put this in the treasure pile. When they find this, hand this to them. This is what it looks like. This is what it does. Here's the description of its abilities. You lose the card, you've lost the item. Price of Loyalty. Yeah, I don't know how I'd use that one. Dueling Rapier. Again, perfect artifact card. Kick in the Door. And Critical Hit. So this one, I would say, like, it's a birthday present or something, You give it to a player and say, I owe you one free critical hit. You can cash in this card at any time to get a free critical hit on me against one of my monsters. This is my reward because it's your birthday, because you roleplayed so well, whatever. This would be how I would use this card. And that is all the red cards. Obviously, there are more red cards. I just don't have them. But it gives us a general sampling of the cards, possible hints, and how I would use them. Using the monster cards as monster token, using the treasure cards as treasure tokens, using the cards with individuals on them as NPC tokens, though I really don't like a lot of the art on these. And using the other various cards in interesting ways to sort of just add flavor to your game. Add a little props, add a little, immersion, whatever. It's completely optional. But if you are a D&D Wizards of the Coast fan and you do want to get some general idea of where they're going with the various products and the continued idea of how the two Magic the Gathering and D&D product lines are going to continue to merge, this is the best way. And obviously this is Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro's attempt to get more Magic players playing D&D and more D&D players playing Magic, because we know that Hasbro wants the two IPs to sort of become one IP in the future, which, gives us a hint of the general, what we might expect if there's a 6th edition. So there you go. Take any of this with a grain of salt. I am not an expert in any way, shape, or form of what Wizards of the Coast has plans. This is just sort of, fun, a fun thing to do for Thursday. If you appreciate this, let me know. If you never want to see me review another Magic card ever again, let me know. If you haven't subscribed, help me hit 1,000 subs by, I don't know, the end of the decade. Till then, enjoy. Have a great day. Enjoy the sun. Stay warm, stay dry, stay hydrated, stay healthy, stay sane, calm down, get off my land. Talk to you later.